Good afternoon. My name is Amy Thompson, and I am here with IACAC to help run this session. I'm going to be behind the scenes and just wanted to provide some background to anyone who is here and attending. So if you are listening, you can ask us live questions in the Q&A. Your camera and your microphone are off, but at the bottom is the Q&A that you can see. That is a great place for you to type in any questions that you may receive, and our presenters will be able to answer those. If we should run out of time, they will answer those to you separately via email. They will get your contact information. You can sign up for more sessions through IACAC.org. There's a schedule, and these continue for another couple of weeks. And all sessions are being recorded, just like this one. So if you miss a session and you would like to see one, you can log into your IACAC.org. And if you are a registered StriveScan student, you will be able to watch all of these recordings. So without further ado, I'm going to stop sharing and hand this over to our presenters from the University of New Mexico. Welcome and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, but before I do, I just want to introduce myself real quickly. My name is Priscilla. I'm one of the recruiters at the University of New Mexico, and with me today is Mario. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself real quick, Mario.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Mario Vega, and I'm the Scholarships and Outreach Manager here at the University of New Mexico. We'd like to welcome you to our virtual information session.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Mario's going to be helping me with the questions. So if you guys have any questions, please make sure you add those in the chat, and then Mario will be taking those. So let's go ahead and get started, and let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So again, thanks so much for joining us. And just to let you know, again, my name is Priscilla, just that way you guys can kind of keep that in the back of your minds. And if you have any questions, like I said, we'll be taking those in the chat, so make sure to put those in there and then Mario can take them. But I am with the University of New Mexico, and UNM is located in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico, not to be confused with Mexico, which is my parents' birthplace. But here in Albuquerque, there's quite a bit of things you guys could do. Here you could go skiing, hiking, biking, water rafting up in Santa Fe, which is another great aspect about the area. You can go pretty much anywhere you can think of outside of the area and find yourself in a completely different place within a very short distance of time. If you're not much of an outdoorsy person, that's okay. There's also something for you. Here in Albuquerque, we have about 100 art galleries plus concerts throughout the year, endless events like balloon fiestas you can see from this picture. It's actually one of the events we're definitely known for. Through Balloon Fiesta, you're going to see over 200 hot air balloons just kind of go up in the air and gives you the perfect opportunity to snap a couple of pictures. And it is one of the most photographed events in the world. But we have tons of things going on throughout the year, like I said. And then we also have great local restaurants with great local cuisine. If you haven't had a chance to do so already, please make sure you do come out and visit us and try out our green chili, which is something we're also definitely known for. So now that you guys know about Albuquerque, let's go ahead and explore more about the university itself. So UNM, we have over 200 degree programs. We have everything ranging from arts all the way to science. So the sky really is the limit at the university. You guys get to choose your own path. So please don't be afraid to mix and match different programs. For example, we have students who are looking into arts, but then they're also doing another bachelor's in communications, and sometimes even minor photography or different areas of interest. So it doesn't have to necessarily be one specific path. You could do a double major or minor in different areas of interest. And if you want the full list of all our programs, please make sure you guys visit degrees.unm.edu, and you want to click on all programs. And again, I'll take you to the list of all our degrees. The great thing about this website is that you're able to not only see your degree program, but also see the degree plan and see what different careers you can take within that specific degree path. And then this next section, I want to highlight a few of our programs that we offer here at UNM. So let's get started with our School of Engineering. So through our School of Engineering, we have over 300 patents, which really goes to show you the great work that they're doing there. And then we also collaborate very closely with 2 national laboratories. One of them is called Los Sandia National Labs, and then the other one is called Los Alamos National Laboratories. We also work very closely with the Air Force here in Albuquerque. And then we also work with other companies throughout the US like NASA. And then also our students have great technology on campus through our school engineering. For example, we have a robotics lab, as you can see from the pictures. We also have one of the largest amateur rockets in the entire US. And then we even have a student organization where students get to build a race car from the ground up, and then they get to compete against other institutions nationwide. If you're more of the artistic type, then I would recommend the College of Fine Arts. For College of Fine Arts, you could do quite a bit of things. You could go into painting, drawing, ceramics, sculpting, photography, which is ranked among the top 10 in the nation. And being here in the Albuquerque area, you really have great scenery that really lets you explore your artistic side. If you're thinking more about the film industry, or you're thinking perhaps about pursuing acting opportunities, then I would recommend our Film and Digital Arts program. Here in New Mexico, we actually film quite a bit of movies. We've filmed Avengers, Transformers, Breaking Bad, and the list goes on. UNM does have its own filming studio, and right next to our studio is Netflix. So they just moved next door, about maybe like a year or so. So our students have already started working with them full time. We also have other students who are doing internship opportunities with them. And we've even had other students who've gone and worked with Blizzard Game Design Company through a program that we have with our engineering department. So it's a collaboration between our engineering department and also our arts department. And they get to learn a little bit about animation and game design. Our architecture program is also another great degree. Through our School of Architecture, you could take the regular path, which would be a bachelor's in architecture, or you could do environmental planning and design. Through environmental planning, you're going to be learning a little bit more about how is the structure going to affect the environment, are the materials we're using environmentally friendly, and so on. And then you can also, of course, go into landscape architecture. Through our architecture program, it's going to be very hands-on. Our students do have access to their own studios, so they do have 24-hour access to it, as you can see from the pictures. And then we have great technology. For example, we have 3D printers where students get to create great structures. And then also we go and help out areas within the state. For example, our students have been to areas such as Deming and Silver City to try to help revitalize their downtown areas. And then also that way they can have that hands-on experience. If you're more into business, then Anderson is the place to be at. Through our Anderson School of Management, we have a great program called 3-2 MBA. Again, 3-2 MBA. Through this program, you guys can get your bachelor's in anything you want outside of business, and then also get your master's in business all in 5 years. So again, you would be coming out with a bachelor's and a master's all in 5 years. This can save you guys quite a bit of money and quite a bit of time. We also have a great business competition where our students compete against each other for a business plan, and the winner takes about $20,000 to start out their own business. So we're always trying to push our students to become really great entrepreneurs. Our law program is also another great degree. A great thing about law school is that you can get your degree in pretty much anything you like, as long as you meet the prerequisites and you pass the test, then you can apply into our law program. Again, through our law school, you're not just sitting down in class, taking down notes, but you're actually working on real life cases, working alongside professionals that are going to help you become the best lawyer that you can be. Or perhaps the most popular program that we have on campus is health science. Through our health science department, you can do quite a bit of things. You can go into nursing, radiology, pharmacy, and the list goes on. UNM does have its own hospital, so again, you're going to have very hands-on experience. We also have great technologies such as a dummy lab where our students get to practice with. And the dummies have a real heartbeat. They can even talk back to you, and check it out. They can even deliver babies. I know, kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time. We also have some special programs through our health science department, such as the pharmacy early assurance program. This program is specific for any student who is pretty certain that they want to go into pharmacy school. And they can apply after their freshman year of college. If they make it to the program, they have a reserved seat into pharmacy school, and they'll also get mentored from their undergraduate all the way up to pharmacy school. The combined BMD, this is only specific to New Mexico residents, but for this program, it would be for any student who's looking into medical school. But again, this is only open for New Mexico residents. And then the freshman honors direct entry to nursing. This is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a collaboration between our honors college and also our nursing program. If the student makes it to the program, they have direct entry to nursing school. And this is more of a research-based type of program, and it does lead into a master's degree. Here at UNM, we are a Tier 1 research university, meaning that we like to do a lot of research here on campus. But what I love about our research is that we're not just kind of writing down papers and submitting them, but we actually want to create an impact on the world. For example, we're currently working on a vaccination that will help prevent or reverse Alzheimer's disease. To me, that really goes to show you the type of impact we want to create. And you guys can be part of that type of research. All you have to do is create your profile through our research match program. And then once you create the profile, we'll match you to any potential research that is currently going on campus. And we do research from arts all the way to science. So we do it in every single field of study you can think of. Honors College is perfect for that student who really likes to think outside of the box. Through Honors College, you are gonna have about 14 students per class. So there's smaller class sizes. And just to kind of give you an idea, instead of studying a regular literature course and studying, say, Shakespeare, you're studying about Harry Potter. So very outside of the box type of thinking. You do have to apply into an honors college, and they take a look at different criteria. So your GPA, test scores, leadership, written responses, and so on. And these are the different priority deadlines. So make sure you guys do keep this in mind. And if you want to apply it or learn more about our honors college, make sure you do visit honors.unm.edu. Right here at UNM, we don't want you just to learn from us. We actually want you to go out there and explore the world. We are partnered with 150 institutions all over the world. You can go and you can think of Spain, China, Italy, you name it. The best part would be that you would be paying an tuition, and you can also take any scholarships or financial with you as you go study abroad. If you think that might be a little bit too far for you, don't worry. We're also partnered with 160 institutions here in the US. So that means you could go somewhere like New York, LA, Miami, even Hawaii for a semester or two, and then come back and tell us all about it. So go out there, go meet new chicos and chicas, and then come back and tell us all about those wonderful experiences you had. But here at UNM, we definitely want you to feel at home, and one way in which you can do that is through our residence life and housing. We do have 8 residence halls. We have the apartment, the dorm, and the suite style, and then we also have 2 private partner housings. And then we also have the 15 different learning communities, which are great because it allows our students the opportunity to be matched with other students within the same degree. So this is a really great way to meet new students. Also, we have 2 dorms that are Lion Pets. One of them is called the Santa Clara, and the other one is called the SRCs. So if you have any type of pet that you want to bring to our campus, just let housing know, and then we'll let you know if you can bring that pet with you on campus. But to me, the best part about the university is our students. We have students coming from all over the world with many different backgrounds and many different types of cultures. We do have over 400 student clubs and organizations, and this is another great way to meet some students. We have political, all the way to religious organizations. We also have a lot of events on campus like Silent Lights. We have karaoke nights. We have also some art galleries on campus, museums on campus, movies at the lawn, and the list goes on. However, if you really want to get rowdy, then I would definitely encourage you to attend one of our athletic events. We are a Division I, and as students, you all get the great benefit of having all the athletic events be free of charge. So make sure you guys come out and support all our teams. So right about now, you might be thinking, that's really great, Priscilla, but this must cost me a lot of money. No, not really. UNM does offer great education at a very affordable cost. So for non-residents, you're looking at about $24,000 a year. Room and board, this can vary depending on where you think about living on campus, as well as books and supplies. Transportation, if you don't have a car, you don't plan to bring your car on campus, again, this might not apply to you. Miscellaneous, this is any personal expenses like shampoo, deodorant, anything like that. So again, this can vary per student. The great news is that we do offer great scholarships that can help you guys reduce those costs. So right now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and then I'm gonna take you guys to our scholarship website. That way I can give you guys more information on that. So let me go ahead and open that here for you guys. So here we go. So if you're just going to scholarships.unm.edu, you're gonna be able to see all the scholarships that we offer for our non-residents. So the Regent Scholarship, this is what we like to call full rate scholarship. It gives you about $19,000 per year. So again, it's definitely a really great scholarship. And you do have to apply for this scholarship, so make sure you do hover over on here, and this will take you into the Regent's scholarship application. You do have to have at least a 3.9 GPA to apply for this scholarship. The National Merit, this is based on your PSAT, so by now you should have known if you're a National Merit finalist or not. And then the Amigo Scholarship, this is a tuition waiver. So with the Amigo, instead of paying as an out-of-state resident, you'd be paying as an in-state resident. So it makes it way, way more affordable paying as an in-state resident. You do have to meet the eligibility criteria, which is a 23 ACT. For the SAT, that would be an 1130 and a 3.5 GPA. or you can have a 26 ACT, which would be a 1230 on the SAT, and then a 3.0 GPA. And then this would be, of course, for Colorado residents. And then we also have the WE, and then what we call the LUI. So the WE and the LUI is the same thing, except WE covers certain states, and then the LUI covers the other states. So just for the sake of this presentation, I'll go ahead and state on this section, but again, it's the same thing. It just depends on which state you live on. So the WE is divided into two, the WE and the WE plus as well. The same thing is for the LUI. So with the WE, you're paying 1.5 times in-state tuition rate. So it usually comes out about half of what you would be paying as a non-resident. Again, you do have to meet the eligibility criteria. So it'd be a 2.0 GPA or an 18 ACT, which would be a 960 SAT. With the WE plus, this is another tuition waiver. So instead of paying as an out-of-state resident, you'd be paying as an in-state resident. And then again, of course, you have to meet the eligibility criteria. So what is the difference between the WE plus and the Amigo? With the Amigo, you're getting a $200 stipend per academic year, whereas with the WE plus, it's just the tuition waiver itself. And then if you're a dependent on military, then you want to make sure you talk to our Veterans Resource Center and ask them how you can utilize the GI Bill to pay for tuition and fees. And this link will take you to that page. So let me go ahead and go back into our presentation here. Awesome. So another good way to save up on money aside from the scholarships is through a Lobo internship initiative. Through this initiative, we're allowing our students to have their very last semester free of tuition if they're able to graduate in 4 years. So again, graduating UNM for 4 years, that last semester is completely free. That can save you guys quite a bit of money and quite a bit of time. Another good way to save up on money is through FAFSA, which is Federal Student Aid. And there's different forms of aid. There's scholarships, loans, grants, just depending on what you qualify for. And this application is already open for us. And this is the website where you can apply. And if for any reason you're having a little bit of difficulty applying for FAFSA, make sure you do attend one of our FAFSA workshops. And you can learn more about it by visiting the website listed here. So what do we need for admissions? We do need that online application, and you can apply at apply.unm.edu. Normally it's $25 to apply. However, if you send me an email, I'll go ahead and waive that application fee, and just make sure you do select the pay later option. Also, ACT or SAT test scores are not going to be required for current seniors that are applying for fall 2021 for admission purposes. And then for some scholarships, you do need your ACT or SAT test scores. So make sure you do submit those test scores to be considered for those scholarships. And then we also want to see an official copy of your high school transcript. If you guys have done any dual credit, we also want to see those college transcripts as well. And you can submit your test scores, high school transcript, and your college transcript via parchment to apply at unm.edu. So this is my contact information. Again, if you're interested in applying, make sure you do apply at apply.unm.edu, select the pay later option, and then send me an email, and I'll be happy to waive that application fee for you guys. I do speak Spanish, so if you or your family feels more comfortable speaking in Spanish, si hablo español, so make sure you to reach out with any questions or any concerns, and I'd be happy to take those. But at this time, I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and then me and Mark can take any questions from you guys that you might have.
So I'm going to speak up because we don't seem to have any students, but I know that we'll have students watch it later. And I, as a counselor, have questions, and I know the kinds of questions a lot of my students would ask if they're here. So I hope that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Please do.
Wonderful. Tell me a little bit more about the Honors College. I know that's something a lot of my students are interested in, especially at a bigger school, because it does create kind of that smaller environment. What are some of the perks, you know, obviously besides the smaller environment, the smaller classes, any other things that, you know, are sort of stand out about your honors program?
So to me, I really like to recommend the Honors College for students who are more like analytical. So a lot of courses usually require you to like kind of test take and then memorize and then move on to the next section. But through Honors College, you really get to analyze different subjects and see kind of how they incorporate to your specific degree. So that's something very unique about our honors college. It definitely helps you be more analytical and apply it to your specific program. And I don't know if you want to add anything, Mario.
Yeah, like Priscilla said, we are a tier 1 research university, so it does create that small liberal art, approach to education. So you're going to have, the Honors College has their own building with their own classrooms. So you're going to have, smaller classroom sizes, more discussion, different ways of rather than taking tests, you're going to be graded a little bit differently. So yeah, it does create that liberal arts approach to education in a tier 1 research university. And you can do a full minor in honors college. You can do a designation. So there's a few options that you can take. And I think it's important to note that a lot of the courses, if you do, even if you do a minor or a designation, go to your core, complete your core curriculum courses. So you can take like an honors English, honors, math, things along those lines, and they all meet the core curriculum requirements.
Awesome. Yeah, I think the small class size is a benefit. And there are some kids I know who are just so smart, but they hate that sort of like 3 tests and that's my grade. More opportunities to explore that. So this sounds like that would be great for those students. You mentioned the scholarships as well. And I just want to make sure the WE one are Illinois residents eligible for that one? I know there's the Western Exchange, but this is plus?
Yeah, so we have it kind of divided into 2, the WE and the WE plus. So with the WE, you're paying 1.5 times in-state tuition rate, which usually comes out to half of what you would be paying as an out-of-state resident. And then with the WE plus, that's a full tuition waiver. So instead of paying as an out-of-state resident, you'd be paying as an in-state resident. And in-state, they pay about $8,000 per year. So it's like way, way cheaper.
And so if you're from Illinois, though, do you qualify for the WE Plus or do you only qualify for the Amigos? Sorry, I'm trying to keep.
So yeah, it's going to be the Lobo undergraduate exchange. So the Louis and the Louis Plus. So like, as you were mentioning, the WUI is for the Western half of the United States. The Lobo undergraduate exchange is for Texas and beyond. So that's where Illinois would be the Louis and the Louis Plus. And it's just like Priscilla mentioned, the Louis Plus is not a full, the general Louis is not a full tuition waiver, but the Louis Plus is. So it's offsetting the out-of-state tuition rates, and you're paying what a New Mexico resident pays in tuition. Now, Illinois residents are also eligible for the Amigo scholarship. So the only difference between the Amigo and the Louis Plus is, of course, they are both full tuition waivers. The Amigo has a $200 a year stipend, so $100 each semester. So that's what differs from the two, but they're both full tuition waivers.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's good. That's what I think that's the part I got a little confused. So I'm glad to clarify that, because obviously the vast majority of students who are going to watch this are Illinois residents. So they'll want to understand that. And I will tell you that, California, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, the Southeast, very popular with my seniors this year. Our winters haven't been that bad, but they're scared away. I don't know.
Yeah, we see a lot of numbers from the state of Illinois. So and they seem to be increasing every year. So, and now with the regents, change in terms of like academic criteria and having the 3.9 cumulative GPA for non-residents, I think that makes us even more competitive for these students to get a full ride scholarship. So as Priscilla mentioned, we definitely recommend applying to UNM, getting that, our application in to apply to UNM, because we are test optional. You can be admitted off of your 6 semester transcripts, which are your junior year transcripts. And usually we'll have a decision once we have everything on file, once we have your application and your test scores. Usually we can have a decision in about 48 to 72 hours once your file is complete. And then that will allow you to go on to the next step and apply for the regents, which does require that separate scholarship application. And then the Amigo and the Louis, you'll automatically be considered for those. And you'll actually probably, even before you submit your your scholarship application, if you meet the criteria for the Regents, you'll probably be offered the Amigo or the Louis prior to that via email with the scholarship offer and also a letter in the mail.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the GPA. Do you recalculate in some way? Like we have a weighted GPA, for example. So would you accept the weighted GPA, or do you guys recalculate and only include core course? Like how do you do that?
It would be unweighted GPA. So it's the flat GPA on the student's transcript. So what we do, honestly, it's super easy to get into UNM, and I can tell you kind of what we do. We take a look at the student's transcript. We're looking for 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 3 years of science, 3 years of history, and 2 years of the same foreign language. And then we want to see at least a 2.5 GPA, and it's the cumulative. So again, that flat GPA. And then if the student has that, then they get admitted to UNM. If for any reason they're missing, I don't know, like 4 units of math or whatnot, something like that, then we start comparing their GPA against their test scores. So in those cases, I would definitely encourage students to submit those test scores. That way they can be considered. But like I said, super easy to get into UNM. The hard part is those scholarships. So students definitely want to make sure that they're competitive for those.
Okay, that's good to know.
And if students are taking AP IB, we do recommend that they take the exam because, you know, most programs at UNM are 120 hours for completion. And those AB, IB credits, as long as they score 3 and above, will be considered college credit.
Oh, that's good.
So whatever it is that they score, yeah, it'll go into their overall earned hours of completion at UNM.
And do those just show up as a P on their transcript? Just credit? Do you know? Kids always ask. Like, would it show up, like, would a 5 be an A on their transcript and a 4 be a B, or would it just be credit?
Credit received, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
Credit received, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
and then it'll show, I'm like, I don't know the answer.
Yeah, and it'll show up on their audit. So, you know, depending on what they take and, you know, what they score, you know, I know a lot of students that test really high, like in foreign languages, and they could meet, of course, the 3-hour credit requirement unless they're doing a foreign language major. You know, they'll meet that. Some students will pick up a minor or something along those lines. It just depends on what they score and how it applies to their program.
Do you guys recognize the seal of biliteracy? Have you heard of that? It's a thing.
In terms of providing like documentation that you're bilingual.
Like, would you issue? Yeah, would there be an issue? Would you issue a certain amount of credit, or at least automatically place students into a certain level of language if they have their seal of biliteracy?
I want to see, because now that you said that, I think I have worked with students who have done that in the past. Okay. But I would have to.
I'm not trying to stump you, I promise. I was just.
No, that's okay.
And I think particularly for Spanish. Yeah.
I know for admissions, we usually, like, if students are, like, if they're proficient in a language, they can just fill out a form, and then we'll go ahead and take that as one of the units for admission purposes. But I can definitely take a look and see if we can use that for credit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know particularly our Spanish program has a language proficiency exam that they can take. Now, other programs, I think it has to be, because we have so many different language programs, I think it has to be approved by a faculty member, and they have to provide, you know, documentation to that faculty member.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, one more question about GPA and scholarships. So when you're calculating, you're doing unweighted GPA, and you're just using the core courses that count for your requirement, or are you including all credit-bearing courses from the high school transcript?
Yeah, it's going to be a cumulative GPA.
Okay, just take the weighting off. Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Exactly.
See, I've learned so much. This is for me. I'm trying to think, is there anything else our Illinois residents should know besides the weather is way better and it's a beautiful area?
Yeah, we have 4 seasons. We do have a mild winter. You know, we get snow probably, you know, on a good year, 3 to 5 times a year. You know, sometimes we'll get an occasional, snowstorm that'll come in where we'll get 6 inches, but for the most part, it's pretty mild. It sits on the mountains, very beautiful. You know, and that's in the Albuquerque area. And if you are you know, as Priscilla mentioned in her presentation, into skiing, doing outdoor activities that are related to snow. I mean, we're centrally located in Albuquerque, and in the state that you can go up north and hit this, ski Apache down, in Mescalero ski Apache, which is a little further south. You can go up north to Santa Fe. You can go ski in Taos, which are all about an hour to 2 hours away. So a lot of outdoor activities and mild winters here in Albuquerque, but you'll still get the four seasons.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a little snow is nice, right? Just a little.
Definitely. Yeah.
I've actually been to Albuquerque and we went hiking up in the mountains and it was just gorgeous.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this. I know I've learned a lot and I'm sure that we'll have lots of students who watch and we'll learn more too. And, visit your website and get all kinds of information and yeah, go from there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. You have a wonderful evening.
Likewise.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share screen and do my last talking points for the recording so that any students who are watching this, if they happen to watch it tonight because they're like, oh no, I forgot. We just want to remind them, let's bring it to change. There you go. That there is a survey. Obviously they won't see that, but they can sign up for more sessions. And we know, the recordings are going to be available. So, definitely if, any students watching this, tell your friends because IACAC.org has a wide range of individual college programming like this with the University of New Mexico, along with other schools and other programming. So take advantage. All right. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
You have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.